What about this one? Baby, where would you like to eat? You hear all the guys? Yeah. Finally! I'm not alone! Everybody's pointing at somebody right now. Guys, am I right? This has to be, you would think that this is the safest question in the world to ask, but it's not.
Well, just pick something. You know me, I'm go with the flow. Whatever you decide is okay with me. You know me already, just pick something.
All right, we're going to Burger King.
I don't like Burger King.
Why do we gotta go to Burger King? Burger King gives me chorro. Chorro is Mexican diarrhea.
We head to San Antonio. About 30 minutes into the drive, we start seeing flashing lights on the side of the freeway. And then a big sign that comes up and it says, immigration checkpoint ahead. Okay? Don't worry, this story ends differently. So anyways, I still get nervous. You know, I'm driving and I pull up to the line. And I'm sitting there and I'm just waiting for the officer to say something that's going to annoy the hell out of me. So I'm just waiting, and here comes the officer. And when he saw me, he said, "Oh, Fluffy!" And when I heard that, in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to jail. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, we have a show tomorrow night in San Antonio, and we're just passing through." "Where's your tour bus?" I said, "Well, my tour bus is back in Eagle Pass with the other guys." He goes, "Can we take a picture?" I go, "What about, cars coming?" He goes, "There hasn't been a car here in hours." So we get out of the car, we take some pictures with the immigration officer and the dog, We get back inside and he says, "Thank you so much for taking the picture with me. I really appreciate it, man. We're just bored right now." I go, "Really? You guys are bored?" "Yeah, we're bored." I said, "Well, my tour bus is going to be passing through here in about 2 hours." And I says, "We have a new guy on the bus who's from South Africa, and he's been bragging about his immigration status and how he never has problems with customs or immigration because all of his paperwork is always in order." I'm just saying, if you're bored. Next morning, you guys, I get a text from Trevor, okay? And you see how cool and calm he is. That text sounded mad. I just look at it and it said, "You're a dick."
What else would you do? Sorry, proceed. Blockers over there.
I grew up with roaches my whole life. My mom and I, we lived in apartment buildings, projects. We always had roaches, but they were different. First of all, they were this big. And California roaches are very different, okay? For example, when you turn on the light, they scatter. In Texas, he chilled. In California, they respond to sound and movement. Ah! Scatter. I tried my California technique on this Tejano roach. I said, "Ah!" And the roach was like, "What?" That shit started flying. It was a Harry Potter roach. Worst turbulence I ever felt, for sure. At one point, the jet did this. I did this. The scariest part was watching my dogs leave the seat. Fortunately, we landed safely. We were okay. That's not what made the news. What made the news is that when we came in for the landing, the jet touched down and then it skid off the runway by 200 yards. And we ended up in a field. A field. A field. Are you kidding me? As hard as I work. To break stereotypes. A bunch of Mexicans ended up in a field. Yeah, that's what happened. That's how TMZ reported it. Mexicans found in field.
I'm Batman. I said, "All right, Fabian, Mr. Batman's the best." Based on my t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, "I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. Snoop, I love music. I love your music. Yeah, that's what's up. He opens up a laptop computer and then he hits play. And the next thing I know, we are listening to hardcore Mexican banda music. I mean hardcore. And you can hear gunshots in the song. And then a cow. And the whole time Snoop is like, I love it when he go moo. What? I feel like he's messing with me because I'm Mexican, right? So I called him out. I said, Snoop, do you understand what you're listening to? And he said this, and it scared me. He said, gangster recognize gangster. The reason why it scared me was because he was telling the truth. We were listening to actual Mexican cartel songs that don't play on the radio. And the fact that he knew that, the fact that his level of street knowledge in another language was that on point, I said, I gotta shut the hell up. Don't speak unless spoken to, that's the code.